As soon as the Adventurer's Awakening ceremony begins, the entire arena goes crazy. Everyone is trying to grab the best weapon as if the monster is about to land here. People are shouting and pushing. But amidst the same chaotic crowd, a boy Jeffrey stands absolutely calm. When everyone gets tired and retreats, he casually walks among the leftover weapons and picks up the simplest, weakest looking common dagger. Everyone else laughs at him that he would never do any good with such a useless weapon. Will not get class. But Jeffrey ignores their laughter because he knows what he is doing. As soon as Monster Ho appears, everyone gets 5 minutes. Flying monsters swoop in from every direction to take down as many enemies as they can, sending the rest of the adventurers into panic mode. But Jeffrey's eyes do not blink even for a moment. He one-shots the first monster in one hit. The people who were laughing now stop breathing. The remaining 2 pounce on the monsters. But even one is difficult to drop does matter. Whereas Jeffrey dodges every attack as if air is flowing through his body and keeps bringing down the flying beasts one after the other. Once the 5 minutes are over, the monsters disappear and everyone gets class options based on their kills. Many people are not able to kill even a single monster. That is why they do not get a chance to choose any class. But Jeffrey has defeated most monsters. That is why every class is unlocked for him. Everyone expects him to be the strongest like Swordsman or Summoner. Will take classes. But he surprises everyone and chooses the Synthesizer, a class that is considered almost useless. Jeffrey just gives a small smile as the game has now started. He opens the inventory and synthesizes the items from the flying centipede with his common dagger. The next moment it shines. The synthesis succeeds and he gets the deadly dagger centipede. Everyone's eyes widen. What they don't know is that before being trapped in this world, Jeffrey was a veteran of the same game, having played it countless times. Have cleared. He knows the location and crafting of every hidden equipment. Other adventurers think power comes from level and class, but Jeffrey knows the real power lies in the hidden rank equipment. The scene changes to Rock Beginner Town where new adventurers are busy buying gear. While passing through the streets, Jeffrey recognizes every turn, every street, as if this place has been settled in his memories for years. A shopkeeper gives him an apple. While eating, he contemplates his next move. He has the first hidden rank weapon, but level is necessary to move ahead. He remembers that there are 7 continents in the world and each has an S-rank dungeon boss. All bosses must be defeated to win. But on level 1S he decides to go into the dungeon immediately. As soon as he gets down, a teleportation portal opens in front of him, straight out of a C-rank dungeon. The name flashes on the screen. The Woodness Forest warning. Once inside, you cannot get out without completing the mission. Taking a deep breath, he steps into the portal. After reaching inside, he thinks this place is usually for level 3 players. To step here in level 1 equipment and stance is to invite death. Suddenly there is a rustling in the bushes. A level 17 devil plant J grips the free centipede dagger tightly. Level gap is 16. Even one mistake can destroy it. The tentacles lunge towards him, but he dodges all the attacks by relying on his memories of the game. As soon as he finds an opening, he attacks the weak spot and the sharp eye skill gets activated. Monster dies immediately. The system tells him he has gone straight from level 1 to level 10. Looking at the stats, he gets a massive boost of HP, MP and 5 stat points. He puts in all 45 points on defense, which he blows up because that's his only hope of not being one-shotted. Proceeding forward reveals 3 level 23 no snakes. All 3 mid-boss monsters encounter rates less than 1%. A snake attacks without warning. He dodges with difficulty. Balance both also surround. His speed, aggression, everything is the same as it was in the game. Jeffrey jumps in to attack, but the snakes begin protecting each other. She is coordinating. A snake suddenly bites his shoulder from behind. He screams in pain. He attacks instinct and snake dies. HP is saved only at 8 points. The decision to put points in defense saves him. Then the notification flashes. Centipede's second scale unlocks quickness. His agility increased from 19 to 109. She goes. Within a few moments he beheads both snakes. Level reaches 17 quickly. An exhausted Jeffrey sits under a tree. He knows that his level is now good enough for the boss. Feel like healing. But if HP increases, then the quickness buff will be removed, so he decides to fight without recovery. But he moves further into the forest, cutting down all the monsters he meets on the way. He's also gathering ingredients to create a new hidden item. Water, thorny wine, acidic berry, caterpillar, skeleton jelly leaves. The list goes on even for D-rank items. Meanwhile, bear monster attacks from behind. He drops it in one go. But sitting and feeling tired, he says that this game seems very real, but no time to stop. He reaches the waterfall collecting ingredients, where the third ingredient has to be taken. Just then a voice calls. He looks back and is surprised. Among the people of his village, Julius was the first to have yellow hair, the same boy who always teased him. He laughs and makes fun of Jeffrey's synthesizer gear. Julius tells his friend that he and Jeffrey are from the same village, but Jeffrey was the poorest. The father had already died. Mother is ill. Sister takes care of him. Jeffrey accepts all this quietly. Julius is irritated by her silence and angrily grabs her by the collar, threatening like he used to do in the old days. Then the ground trembles. A terrible cry shakes the forest. All we turn around and see the level 31 boss monster Cyclops emerge from the darkness. The yellow-haired boy screams to run but is too late. Cyclops' heavy gaze is fixed on him and in a moment he becomes one shot of the boss with a single attack. His friend falls to the ground in fear, while our MC is carefully observing the monster. The level gap is huge and Cyclops' defense can neutralize his attacks. He knows this. Then the notification flashes. He has become the target of the monster and now he has to run away from the battle. It is impossible. He calmly takes out the centipede sword. Cyclops runs towards him roaring, but the quickness passive increases his speed to impossible levels. He dodges every attack as if he has played this fight 1,000 times. Julius, standing at the side, is stunned. The boy whom he always considered weak, his eyes are now not even able to catch his pace. IMC wanders around Cyclops thinking that victory will not be achieved by just running away. He attacks the monster by climbing on his hand, but Cyclops tries to counter by blocking him. He jumps up and hits the weak spot at the back of Cyclops' neck. But the attack barely leaves a scratch. Cyclops turns and pushes him to the ground. The level difference is clearly visible and every dodge is eating away at his stamina. Still, he does not give up. While avoiding Cyclops' constant attacks, he realizes that he needs a strong item to turn the battle. He already has 3 ingredients, but the rest of the materials were lying nearby with Julius. He runs towards her without thinking. Ignoring Julius's frightened screams, Papa grabs the ingredients and runs towards the water and quickly starts preparing the F-rank poison. A poison that drains HP every second when consumed. Julius laughs and says that Cyclops has a very high poison tolerance. It won't do anything. But our MC says in a calm voice that he knows what he is doing. He extracts the venom from the rattlesnake and mixes it with new ingredients. From this high-grade poison is formed. He infuses it directly into his centipede dagger. The system shines. The weapon has gained the poisonous attribute. Julius's eyes widen, but our MC smiles. Now this dagger is in its original form. Cyclops roars again and round 2 begins. He charges, but our MC dodges like the wind. Gets on his back and does it several times. Poison starts affecting slowly, even with high resistance. After a few attacks, venom starts breaking his defense. Cyclops he stumbles and becomes weak. IMC climbs on his shoulder. All focus converges on one spot and the dagger stabs him straight into one eye. Sharpened skill activates. The monster collapses. The system displays a victory message. Julius trembles in shock. There is so much fear in his eyes that he thinks that he might be the next victim and runs away like crazy. IMC just gives him a confused look as he sees her leaving, not caring. That opens the status window. The level has increased again. Stat deciding to add the points later. He checks the inventory. 3 pans and gold and the canine tooth of the Cyclops. He enjoys that the best part of solo play is that all the loot is his. He thinks of sending the gold home so that the family can get support. He then finds the Cyclops' eye, materials needed for the next hidden item, but they don't look good, so ignores it for now. After closing the inventory, he moves forward and reaches the entrance of the D-ranked dungeon Flat Plains. There is a strange nostalgia, as if this was the starting page of his adventurous journey. He knows that to complete the game, he must defeat the demon lords of the 7 continents, and to do this he must obtain the next hidden rank equipment, which is hidden somewhere in this dungeon. He stops after seeing the statue of the divine goddess inside. He knows that to clear this trial, he needs another rare material along with the Cyclops' eye. That's why he came here. Soon he encounters bug-like monsters, each cutting him rapidly. While fighting, he reminds himself that he must constantly level up in order to defeat all the demon lords in the world. While walking, his mind goes to his family. Fear comes. He thinks that by becoming powerful, he will give a comfortable life to his mother and younger sister, and the taunts of the village will stop forever. The news spreads throughout the region. The Adventurers Association announces that Jeffrey Van Dreed, a new adventurer with black hair and blue eyes, broke the record by killing 33 monsters at the baptism ceremony. Now moving towards Starter Village is. The next news is about sinister adventurers who are indiscriminately hunting kobold birds. In the dungeon, RMC drops a monster and sees that he has all the ingredients except one kobold bird feather. But in this time he did not find even a single bird, even though they are not rare. He remembers that every continent has 7 dungeons, 6 from Frank to A rank and the 7th to S rank, which the Demon Lord guards. Kobold birds are usually found in this D rank dungeon. His non-appearance makes it clear that something is wrong. He keeps the sword in his mind and sets out into the city to gather information. After reaching the city, he finds a general store. As soon as he steps in the door, someone shouts from inside. "Stop." Inside, wolf pack thieves are committing robbery. Coming out, he pushes him and says that he got the bonus today. Outside, he sees the same thieves pushing a girl down the stairs. He immediately catches her and saves her from falling. The thieves see him but do not stop and run away. The girl's mother thanks her. Then the store owner comes running and tells him that the wolf pack guild has looted again. RMC asks who are these people? The shopkeeper tells that this is a gang of thieves and hunters who has recently camped in the city. He also reveals that they are the people behind the kobold bird's disappearance. He makes sure that it is this gang that is wiping out the kobold birds. Then a thief sees him and asks what he is doing here. He tries to give an excuse, but the thief does not trust him and attacks him with a knife. RMC dodges easily. He knocks him off his feet and renders him unconscious with a precise blow to the neck. Hearing the sound, other thieves come. They surround him and shout that he is a spy of a rival guild. He tries to explain that he doesn't want a fight, just kobold bird feathers. But their leader roars after seeing his fallen comrade. Don't spare anyone, kill him, understanding that they are not going to listen. Our boy takes a deep breath and readies his sword. Thieves attack together. Rotates a blade, but he easily blocks it and hits him in the face with a counter strike with the flat side of the sword. The thief screams and holds his nose, saying that he broke it. Hero then does sigh, thinking that he had hardly hit and this chaos is useless. He knows that facing the entire guild alone is always a problem. Suddenly another thief attacks from behind but he bends down and kicks him. The third charges with a spear, but he catches him and punches him in the stomach. System notification comes immediately. Critical hit and his sharp eyes skill activates. The man falls groaning, while our boy utters a slight apology and turns towards the next opponent. He dodges another attack, slashes the enemy's face and renders him unconscious. Standing among the fallen thieves, he says he never wanted to fight. The injured man stammers and asks what does he want. The hero simply replies that he only wants the kobold bird's feathers. Seeing him distracted, the leader suddenly attacks him from behind, but our boy senses it and blocks it. He recognizes that this is the same man who pushed the little girl. Both come into fighting stances. She realizes it is Marso, Vice Guild Master of the Wolf Pack Guild. Marso arrogantly asks if he has heard his name. Hero disapproves of her and says that he has haven't heard about it. This enrages the leader further and he charges with the sword. Our boy mocks that his sword seems a bit cheap for a thief. The leader sees through his ploy but believes that he is more skilled than he appears. When the hero dodges all his attacks, he starts considering it as a miracle of rare weapon. He claims he is an adventurer and weapons are just decoration. What really matters is his class and skills. He says that despite having a sword, he is a hero, still a newbie as she wears the synthesizer class beginner armor. After understanding everything, the leader uses the skill due to which his swords rise in the air and fall on the hero. The hero blocks them with a centipede sword. The leader says that he has the advantage because he knows the hero's class and his skills, and if he snatches his blade, he will be useless. Our boy hears this and asks if he is a class thief, because thieves only have stealth skills. This rage bet would have worked and the leader shouts that he is the summoner, but this increases the hero's problems because with the steel skill he can snatch his sword. So he decides to end the fight quickly. Two ties charge from behind. He survives by flipping and hits the leader's weak spot cleanly. Sharp eyes activate again. The leader falls unconscious, screaming in pain. The hero regretfully tells the others to give them the kobold bird feathers if they do not want to suffer the same fate a thief bargained tries. But his partner accuses Hero of being a rival guild spy. The situation worsens as more members return and surround him, angry that someone raised a hand on their guild. They debate whether the Vice Master really lost or not. Some don't believe it and use things like alcohol as an excuse. Just then a voice comes and the thieves run to welcome their guild master. He comes and after hearing the incident asked Hero which guild is he from. Hero says in a calm voice that he has come alone and is not part of any group. The guild master laughs at his statement that one man has brought down so many people and offers him to join the guild as a reward. Hero refuses. He says that he only came for feathers and wants to take revenge on the shopkeeper and the girl. He calls the guild a cesspool that preys on the weak. This insult enrages the guild master and he takes out his weapon and challenges her. The hero makes a powerful war dodge that tears the earth apart. He understands that this is not an ordinary thief. The next attack comes faster and he barely dodges it. The guild master continues to attack and the hero thinks he has to end the fight before the skill activates. He moves forward and tries to strike, but the master swings first. Hero dodges while ducking and lands a clean hit in the counter. The guild master flinches slightly and admits that even the blunt hit of his sword is painful. Then suddenly he puts down the weapon. Hero dilemma until the truth comes out. He yells skill in fight and a wave of power erupts from his body. This skill doubles all physical stats for 3 minutes in bare-handed combat. The guild members shout with joy. The hero realizes that he is facing the brawler. The master charges again. His punch is so powerful that the wall breaks. The hero understands that if even one punch is received, then the matter is over. When the master attacks again, he counters with a sword handle with perfect timing. The sharp eye skill is then activated. System confirms fatal blow. The guild master stumbles and falls, vomits from pain and becomes unconscious like a defeated beast. As soon as he falls, the other thieves freeze in fear. A thief stammers and recognizes that he is the same adventurer he saw on the news. Everyone is surprised and realizes that this is the same blue-eye prodigy. The hero is left confused. He doesn't understand why they run away after seeing him and how they know his name. When he calls out to them, they become even more frightened by his voice and run away. He wonders why they ran away even though they were outnumbered. He sighs and moves on. The guild master is still lying unconscious. So he takes the cobalt feathers and the stolen goods and returns them to the shopkeeper. After completing the work, he moves towards his next destination. B-rank dungeon. Sigrin falls in one of the caves. Inside he has defeated the level 35 boss Baphomet. The system confirms his victory and awards XP. Looking at Scratcher, he shrugs. It felt a lot easier than the Cyclops fight. Leaving the dungeon, he reaches the plaza with the statue of the divine goddess. While looking at the statue, he is overcome with nostalgia. According to the story, upon unlocking the statue, another hidden treasure is found. He removes the Cyclops eyeball and cobalt feathers and carefully fits them into the hollow parts of the statue. As soon as he completes the work, a system message comes that the wishes of the divine goddess have been fulfilled. Tears of joy fall from the eyes of the statue and fill the golden cup. New item in cup appears. Lucifer's Halo, an unknown rank treasure that increases first luck by 100 points and has amazing durability. The ring gives 3 abilities. The power to read the thoughts and emotions of others, a passive sense to detect the magic of adventurers and monsters within a 3-mile radius, and a third mysterious ability that will unlock under certain conditions. He smiles and understands why it was so difficult to get. He looks towards the idol and thanks the goddess in a quiet voice. As soon as he says hello when he wears it, he feels as if a dead person has come alive again. But this look may be helpful to him as no one will think he is wearing a powerful defense item. After obtaining Lucifer's Halo, he heads to the S-rank dungeon Mount Agni. After reaching there, he loses his enthusiasm when he sees a notice on the wall that this dungeon is so dangerous that only teams of 7 or more people can go inside. When he doesn't have a team, he gets disappointed and goes to see Mrs. Him. That dungeon disappears after defeating an S-rank boss and later reappears anywhere in the 6 continents. He reminds himself that once he defeats the first Demon King, he will get the title of opening the second realm. He wants to move forward faster. But then the surrounding sounds stop him. People are talking about a famous adventurer named Flame Wizard. He sees a group of adventurers sitting and a quiet girl sitting among them. Freya Ashbury, 23, a sane 30-year-old level 45 wizard. Her mind reading. As soon as you see her, the skill activates and he feels her thoughts. She wants to go to the S-rank dungeon, but the team is not complete. He sees an opportunity and smiles. He learns that their team has just split up because they couldn't find any more teammates. He steps forward and asks if they can take him on the team. Everyone turns to look at him, but his eyes are fixed on the death halo floating above his head. He immediately understands what they are thinking, but he ignores. A brown-haired man politeness of the group refuses to, stating that they have accepted defeat for now. Hero senses her concern through mind reading. One of his companions is injured and is in the hospital. Understanding the situation, he asks the girl's opinion. His worried face shows that he is upset. When he asks if he has any personal reason for going to the dungeon, she tries to avoid it, but her emotions reveal the truth. Her father, an explorer, had disappeared in this very dungeon a month earlier. Understanding this, he introduces himself properly and says he also wants to go to the S-rank dungeon soon. The group gets shocked upon hearing his name. They remember that he is the same boy who defeated 33 monsters in the baptism ceremony. At that very moment, he understands why people get scared or surprised after seeing him. The girl is also surprised but remains alert. She finds his presence strange, as if he can read her thoughts. She feels that this boy has gone through a lot of battles and this makes her more cautious. Seeing her hesitation, our boy decided to wait. After a while, she lets him join the team but warns that if he turns out to be useless, she will leave him there. He gives silent thanks in gratitude and praises Lucifer's Halo's luck. Time passes and the team reaches the S-rank dungeon, where there are exploding mountains and flowing molten lava. Our boy becomes a vanguard and complains in his mind that he was given the most dangerous place. A knight in the background tells the girl that maybe it was wrong to include her on the team. She replies coldly that if it is helpful then it is fine, otherwise it will be useful as a bet. A red-haired young man approaches him and asks if he is the person in the news. Hero uneasily replies that maybe it is him. The young man is suspicious and Hero senses a sense of distrust surrounding him. Another brown-haired adventurer laughs at him and calls him a liar, making fun of his hello. Hero gets irritated and thinks that they are making decisions only after looking at the looks, not understanding the true power of the item. Just then Lucifer's Halo activates spell detection. Suddenly energy surge is felt. Either monster attack or eruption. He tells the support team to use protection skills immediately. The brown-haired man hesitates, but then the volcano makes a powerful explosion. Lava and stones are thrown into the sky. The shield user freezes in shock, until the hero screams a warning to him. He eventually activates the purple shield and saves the group. The hero sees the lava continuing to fall and realizes that the eruption must subside before proceeding further. The girl remains calm amidst the chaos and tells everyone to remain still. She goes ahead and recites the mantra. A glowing magic circle forms and a giant fireball forms above it. She raises her staff when fully charged and releases a fireball. The burning ball cuts through the air and destroys all falling lava and rocks. Within a few moments, the rain of death ends. The hero is stunned to see his power, but then the ground shakes violently. The earth explodes and red-haired Arthur falls down. Hero immediately jumps and grabs her hand and tries to pull her, but the ground collapses beneath them too and both of them fall into darkness. The fallen hero curses his fate. This altitude can be fatal. But as soon as they reach down, they feel that something soft holds both of them. Both are safe. He sighs with relief to see that they have landed on the back of a giant soft-headed bat, which is 30 times bigger than a normal bat. That's thanks to the luck of Lucifer's Halo gives. But the relief is short-lived. The bat's calm face turns to anger when he feels like two strangers. The hero immediately senses danger and warns Arthur to move away. They try to land, but the bat's fury keeps increasing. The hero explains to Arthur that the soft-haired bat is no ordinary monster. She absorbs any force exerted on her and returns it in the form of an amplified counter-attack. His fall itself has charged him. The bat opens its mouth and lets out a loud scream, also releases sound wave. Rocks break and fly away. The hero grabs Arthur and throws him back and faces the beast himself. Arthur sees from a distance how huge holes have been made in the walls and realizes that if the hero had not saved him, he too would have perished. He wonders if the monsters in the S-rank dungeon are like this. Then there comes a sound like a loud city. He is horrified to see that the giant soft-haired bat has been killed in a single blow. The girl near the team is concentrating on her magic. A light aura surrounds him when she searches for signs of life. Brown-haired man asks if he found anything. She says with relief that Arthur is still alive, but his mind remains stuck on the hero. He remembers that he was the first to feel the eruption and how he risked his life to save Arthur. The more she thinks, the more she fails to understand who she really is and what kind of power she has. The rest of the team starts discussing further plans. The girl says that trying to find Arthur further will drain his strength before he will go. Before they fought the Demon King, their main goal is to defeat him and bring peace forever. She assures that the man is her younger brother and he will be fine on his own. She hides her worries behind a calm voice. She silently prays for the safe return of her brother and her father. Deep underground, Arthur reveals that the leader of the group is his sister and that their missing father was missing in this very dungeon. Hearing this, our boy asks if he is cool to walk ahead and decides that it's time to move on. The red-haired young man is confused as to why they are not going upstairs. The Demon King's lair is on top of the mountain. Our hero sternly tells him that running into the Demon King head-on at his current level would be death, so he decides to take Arthur to vulnerable areas, where there are smaller monsters and he will be able to become stronger first. The young man is nervous but knows that he is right. That Quan is determined to become strong. Within a short time they became a big reach the open field, where an army of red firebirds are flying from the fire. He realizes that these creatures are much stronger than the soft-headed bats, and fighting a group of them at once would be suicide. But our boy has different plans. Without saying anything, he grips his sword tightly and moves quickly. His blade makes a clean cut with one flash and a firebird immediately falls without its neck. The rest of the flock rush at him, screaming into the fire, but he took them one by one cuts off hard work. The red-headed group watches in amazement. He is amazed to see the hero's overwhelming strength, but his riot did not last long. Then a strong wave of heat warns that danger is coming from behind. He looks back at the time. A fire chicken is dove straight at him. His beak is shining with fire. He narrow dodges by leaping on instinct. Crutcher gets scared and is ready to turn around and attack again. Enraged, he quickly takes out the arrow because fighting nearby was dangerous. His arrow monsters, it passes through her neck and she falls to the ground, flying sparks. He smiles proudly. His confidence has returned again. When he looks back towards our boy, he is almost stunned by the sight. Dozens of firebirds are scattered on the ground and our hero is standing comfortably among them. He grins and gives her one while casually chewing on a roasted drumstick. Having said that, firebird meat tastes exactly like fried chicken. The young man is in disbelief. Can he even touch it or eat it? But the hero is not eating for pleasure. Inside, he curses that he will have to eat 50 such things for full enhancement. Just then his Manasin skill activates and warns that a major energy search is fast approaching. He freezes. Bad timing, looks up and sees a giant level 45 salamander slowly moving towards them. Our boy knows immediately. This is the mid-level boss of Mount Agony, but then he gets severe stomach pain and vomits. His stats drop by 30%. As soon as he wakes up, Salamander swings his massive tail and attacks. He dodges, but the attack hits the ground and knocks him into the wall. He quickly checks on Arthur and he says he is fine. He tells Redhead to move out of the way and resolves to handle the monster himself. Seeing Crutcher's slow movements, he laughs and says that maybe he too had eaten something bad. Then Sailor laughs and tosses the bones and our boys realize that they are human remains. Seeing a gold coin lying nearby, the young man is deeply shocked. Hero sarcastically says to end the fight quickly, otherwise both of them will vomit again. When the young man sees the sword and the torn clothes and recognizes that they belong to his father, rage engulfs him. The system alerts that Arthur's killing intent is increasing rapidly. His face is twisted with anger and he draws his weapon and charges at Salamander, shouting that he will avenge his father. Hero tries to stop him, warns that he will not fight alone, will be able to live. But the Salamander strikes first and then throws it into the air. The young man does not give up and vows to kill Crutcher. Hero holds him and shouts at him to stop, otherwise he will die and his family will go into more misery. The young man pauses for a moment and says that he cannot forgive the creature. Tears come to the eyes. The system tells him that he is blaming himself by considering himself weak. In sympathy, the hero apologizes that he yelled and asks if he can use the Inspire skill. And what does he have in his inventory? The young man tells healing portents to a bow Eros and soft-haired bat fur. It is not clear how the surprising thing came there. The hero smiles and explains that it is part of the hunter's hidden ability. But without telling much, he tells the strategy. After hearing the plan, both of them get ready. The hero stands in front of Salamander and asks for the support buff. The young man activates the Inspire skill. Lightning wraps around him and announces a system buff. His strength and agility up to 30%, let it rise for 5 minutes. The young man gives him soft bat fur, which he immediately uses and feels powerful. He pounces on the salamander. He appears to have huge HP and usually requires an entire team. His first strike is clean and the centipede poison spreads throughout the monster's body. The young man shoots an arrow from a distance directly at the weak point between the salamander's eyes, which the hero had earlier identified. The fight progresses and monster gets covered by Eros, but then again he hits the road and goes into rage mode. The system warns that his stats have skyrocketed. The young man feels the heat from his position and understands how dangerous the fight has become, but instead of backing down, our boy intends to use the monster's boosted power against him as he strikes the soft head bat fur again. Thunder busts out and sees that the salamander's weak point has now shifted to its front legs. Arthur shoots an arrow at one leg while Hero shoots the other. Sharp eyes are activated and monsters take damage. The monster weakens. But as soon as they begin to destroy him, Salamander begins regeneration. Arjar gets nervous. If it heals completely, they will lose. He quickly reloads the bow and gives the ready signal. The hero nods and charges. The battle of Determined has to end. As Salamander pounces on him, he slashes at his head. Then the soft head throws the bat fur in the air and asks the Arjar to take aim. The young man carefully runs arrow. The fur falls directly into the salamander's open mouth. For a few moments nothing happens and they become nervous, but the hero calms down and says count to 3. As soon as he completes 3, a huge explosion explodes inside the salamander's mouth and his body is completely torn apart. Soft head batfur's hidden ability was that it absorbs and releases attacks back to triple power. After a big explosion, the system warns that his strength buff is about to end. He looks up and sighs with relief that they ended the fight on time. They sit quietly on the edge of the cliff. The hero does not want to listen to others' opinions, so Lucifer takes off his hello for a while. Soon his sister reaches the peak with the rest of the team. As soon as she sees her younger brother, she comes running, asks, "Is he okay?" Going closer, she sees the sword. His father's sword, and his face fills with panic. The brother's words tremble as he narrates that he found Sod and his father's clothes in the stomach of the salamander. As soon as she heard this, she hugged him tightly. She puts it on and says that she is just thankful to know that he is alive and that he tried his best. But the brother remains adamant that the real rescue was done by our hero. Everyone's eyes are on him and he is silently digging a grave nearby. The rest of the group comes forward to do his pomosoma and together they bury the sword and clothes symbolically. The sister and brother kneel in front of the grave and silently pray for their father. Seeing them aroused emotions within him, and memories of his old past resurface. After this, the girl sincerely thanks him for all he has done for them. He simply replies that he didn't do much and his brother survived on his own strength. But the young man disagrees. He says he knows his limitations, and if he didn't, he would never have survived. From killing Salamander to saving his life, everything became possible because of him. He adds that all the rumors he heard about his power were true. Our boy brushes off the compliment and reminds them that their real enemy, Demon Lord S, is still out there and must be defeated. The girl swears that she will turn that enemy into ashes. The group then begins to head towards the top of the volcano. Monsters ambush them on the way, but the girl makes them fly with her magic and the hero attacks those who come too close. Eventually they reach the burning summit. They look around, wondering where the enemy is. Only then the volcano erupts and a huge terrifying creature rises from the flames. The demon lord himself roars as he mocks the adventurers by asking if they are here to die. As soon as he senses danger, our boy shouts for everyone to step back. His first attack will be fire breath. The girl immediately orders that everyone obey her. Everyone retreats except the hero, who stands frozen there. The girl shouts at him to go away, but then the demon lord releases a wave of fire. The flames engulf the entire area and the shield the user somehow creates a barrier and saves everyone else. The brother gets scared and shouts that maybe the hero got burnt to death. The demon lord laughs, admitting that not even his bones are left. But as soon as the smoke clears, he is seen standing there, completely safe. Everyone is surprised. The demon lord asks how he survived that heat, and our boy teasingly tells him that it wasn't even that hot. His life was saved because he had gained a fire resistance buff by eating early fire birds. At seeing this, the demon lord smiles and says that he is really an interesting person. The brother heaves a sigh of relief, and the sister looks at him in disbelief, as this attack would have reduced anyone to ashes. Our boy thinks in his mind that eating firebird pieces gives him 7 minutes of fire resistance. Still, it could not prevent all the damage. That's why his health is almost ruined. But agility has increased a lot. The demon lord says in amusement that he has found such an opponent after a long time and prepares for a fight. That heat. The wave recedes and the air becomes unbearably hot. All adventurers go into burn state and their health begins to decline. The girl yells for everyone to hide behind the rocks or they will burn. Everyone quickly runs and takes cover. Even with protective equipment, heat is still penetrating inside. Brother peeks outside and sees Hero. He still stands confidently in front of the demon lord. Our boy announces that the warm-up is over and it's time for the demon lord's death. Demon Lord laughs and warns that he is not like any human he has ever seen before. He says don't be overconfident and show real strength just by taking some heat. Suddenly he jumps into the magma. The ground trembles and after a few moments he comes up and makes a surprise attack. The hero reacts immediately and blocks the strike. Everyone is left speechless. The demon lord then praises his skill and Molten jumps back into the lava. The girl listens carefully and understands that now the sounds are coming from underground. Our boy closes his eyes and concentrates on the senses. As the demon lord bursts in behind him, he dodges with perfect precision thanks to his spell detection skills. Even the demon lord is surprised. He thought that this attack could not be dodged. He praises her instincts. But the hero says in a calm voice that it is not senses, he already knows her every move. In entertainment, the demon lord calls him an agent and returns to magma. He is convinced because Hero was unable to strike him despite sensing him. Fed up, our boy decides that now he will fight seriously. By pinpointing its location with a spell detection skill, he is ready to deliver a critical hit with his speed boost. As the demon lord comes out from behind him, he jumps high and lands a heavy blow. He asks if the demon lord still thinks he can't hit him. Enraged, the demon lord growls that after a single strike he is becoming very confident and calls him a despicable person who interferes in others' missions. Our son is astonished to hear this. This dialogue was not in the game. The monster then sinks into the magma and comes back up again. But this time Hero is ready and delivers another clean hit. The system indicates that a critical hit has been scored by the sharp eye skill. The demon lord is surprised at how he is predicting her every move. The hero smiles internally. Suddenly the demon lord screams in pain due to his poison effect. In anger he poisons the hero. Degrades to use. Our guy just says this opportunity was great and because he doesn't have poison resistance, he took advantage of her weakness. The girl watches silently. He sees that this creature can single-handedly wipe out many parties. But this mysterious young man stands alone in front of her. Meanwhile, our boy teases Damon constantly, challenges him to show even one blow. The demon lord shakes the ground in anger. The girl immediately warns everyone to stay away because the heat is rising. The brother understands that he will not be able to help the hero anymore. Turno Lord performs another massive flame attack. But our boy still stands safe. Angered, the demon lord asks how he is reading her magic. Hero taunts whether he will give this excuse if he loses. The demon lord sneers and says that if he can predict one attack, what will he do if there are 3 at once? Before the hero can react, the demon lord splits into 3 forms. He would have been stunted. This never happened in the game. All 3 disappear into the magma. He feels like he can sense their presence, but it may be impossible to withstand 3 attacks simultaneously. Suddenly one of them comes back and attacks hard. His HP becomes dangerously low. The other one attacks but he survives. Despite the pain he feels a strange thrill. Just as the 3rd attack is about to happen, the girl casts Frost Explosion and freezes the enemy on the spot. She screams that it is not at all fair to send 3 in front of. The demon lord roars and threatens to kill him. But before that, our boy snaps his neck in one go. He tells the girl that now it has to be finished quickly as there are only 2 left. A demon lord charges at the hero, while the other wizard blocks both attacks on the girl. The hero with his blade and the girl with her magic. He sees the girl's spells and asks if she can do ice magic too. She says she can, but fire prefers magic and rarely uses ice. He asks how did she come so close without being affected by the heat. She tells that she has used ice to remove the burn effect, even if it doesn't last long. Hearing this, he says to maintain it a little more and remain stable. Suddenly he quickly dashes and kills a demon lord. Poison effect is working great. The last demon lord then runs into the magma. He immediately asks the girl to step back and says that now she will handle. The girl says that she has understood but will help as much as she can. She activates her Sunflame magic and the system reports that the Sunflame buff is active, increases her magic attack power and strengthens her fire resistance for 3 minutes. Seeing this, our boy understands that his fire resistance has now increased even more. She explains that as long as this buff is on her, she can't use her magic. So that's all she can do for now. After that, she withdraws from the battlefield and he thanks him by giving him the voice for such a powerful spell. The demon lord inside the volcano is full of anger, grumbling that he never thought a human would push him to this extent. He curses our boy. He calls him a troublemaker and swears that he will kill them all as soon as he regains his composure. But before he could do anything, the hero suddenly appears before him. She teasingly asks him if he is hiding and if he is afraid to fight. Demon Lord surprised it remains that he is standing safely inside even in such heat. Before he could do anything, our boy attacks and hurts her badly. The volcano erupts loudly, magma leaps into the sky and everyone outside is left in disbelief. After a few moments he comes out of the eruption. The red-haired young man, filled with relief, runs towards her and asks if she is okay. A team member immediately summons a healing potion. The sister says with a light smile that now their father may his soul finally rest in peace. Then the system window appears in front of our boy. Tells that she defeated the demon lord and earned 800,000 gold. He also gets 1 S and 1 A rank item. Both were rare materials. But this was not what he expected. The girl thanks him, breaking his thoughts. His brother admits that they had no chance without him. He smiles and says that they all fought together and it was not just his victory. Sister tells that he has also received some rewards, but she is hesitant in keeping them. Our guy reassures her that everything is okay because he helped her by buffing her. Still, the girl insists that she should take her share of the reward and takes the name of the B rank item Blazing Stone. Hero brightens upon hearing this and asks if she would like to exchange it for her S-rank steel claws. She wonders why he wants it so much, but he explains that the blazing stone is more precious to him. Hearing this, she gives it to him as a gift because she has no special attachment to it. Our boy jumps with joy, shouting that he finally found the blazing stone. The girl turns red seeing him happy. Just then Lucifer's halo informs him that the girl has a slight crush on him and someone is also jealous of him. He is a little upset but doesn't care. He's found the blazing stone and now it's time to go to Ground 2. The visual disease returns in the beginning of Ground 1 Central City. There our boy wizard girl and her brother meet again. She tells that she and her brother have decided to take over their father's responsibilities and carry forward his work. The brother adds that the next time they meet he will be even stronger and he thanks Hero wholeheartedly. Our boy smiles and says he will wait for that day. As he walks away, he thinks that he has finally found the blazing stone. Items that are only available on Ground 1 could be found only in. This was possible because of his past memories, but his luck also favored him. The money had already been sent home, so he is ready for his next destination. 2 adventurers see him at the teleportation portal. One asks if this is the same person who defeated the demon lord, but the other one laughs and says that looking at his gear it doesn't look like that. Then a new system window appears and asks him if he wants to go to Ground 2. He presses yes and as soon as the body begins to teleport, leaving both adventurers looking on in shock as this was the man who defeated the demon lord. One spectator laughs and says that this cannot be true and the other is just dreaming. The scene changes to the central city of Ground 2, called Second Life or the City of Raging Desires. First he reaches the Grand Casino. As soon as he stands outside, the system window opens in front of him. Amelia missed a call from her younger sister. He calls her back out of curiosity. He spoke lovingly starts, but soon his voice becomes louder, asking where he is and what he is doing. Afraid that she might be in some danger, he assures her that there is nothing wrong, but deep inside he believes that he hides his life of an adventurer from her and his mother so that they don't worry. She continues talking, says she trusts him. But then she tells that her mother's condition has worsened. The hero is stunned to hear this, sits down on a nearby bench and silently swears that 2 adventurers nearby are talking about an auction for whatever money is needed for his treatment. One asks if there is a rare item. The second states that there will be high elf tiers available. Our boy's interest increases after hearing this. He learns that high alpha tiers are the ingredients for creating an elixir that can cure almost any disease. Maybe his mother too, but he also knows that it will sell in lakhs. It will not be easy to achieve this, but he decides that he will get the money as soon as possible. Will collect. The scene changes to the Ground 2's E-rank dungeon, Eternal Snowfields. The hero knows that higher ranked dungeons yield quicker money. But this time his purpose is different. Moving ahead, he meets a monster named Kaishi. Our boy gives her all the things he collected during his journey. The monster is impressed and gives him a golden coin. This is not an ordinary coin but an A-rank item that doubles gold earnings. Satisfied with the deal, our boy immediately starts hunting. He clears wave after wave, earns huge amount and feels proud to see his increasing gold balance. In the end he collects 12 million gold, but this is not enough, so he decides to return to the city. The scene changes to an underground club on Ground 2, the place where greed abounds and people do anything for money. Despite the shady environment, he does not back down. Nearby a man celebrates a victory, says his bad luck is finally over, but our boy can see from Lucifer's hello that he has earned more than 10 million gold by cheating. Seeing this, he thinks that this corrupt and rich man is a perfect target. The bald man welcomes him with a smile. Hero acts innocent and says that he is a new player, whereas in reality he used to come here often earlier. Seeing her as easy prey, the bald man offers to play a roulette game called Queen of the Casino and asks her to choose a bet amount. That's when our boy feels like a dealer. The dealer is also preparing to cheat. The hero finds it amusing and thinks this casino is still the same. He remembers the game. In Queen of the Casino, the dealer throws 2 balls and each player chooses 2 numbers. If one number is found, then half the prize. If both are found, then double the prize. If not found, the bet stands and the game continues. The same number cannot be selected twice in a round. The bald man arrogantly asks for the number. Our boy remains calm and picks red 36 and black 10 and places a bet of 10 million gold. Both the bald man and the dealer freeze in shock. He repeats the amount with a smile and reminds that if they do not choose their numbers before the ball stops, they will automatically lose. So hurry up. As the ball spins, the dealer looks at him in disbelief as to how he picked such a correct number. The meanville hero simply smiles and reminds her to choose her numbers. The bald man whispers nervously to the dealer and asks which number to choose. Hero smiles inside. Thanks to his skill, he can read everyone's intentions. He knows that the real class of the dealer is the hunter, and there is a special skill called Snipe 1 which guarantees perfect accuracy. Within a few moments the balls stop exactly on red 36 and black 8 as he said. He calmly claims victory, says maybe today is his lucky day. Deep down he knows it was all a scam, where the dealer knows the target numbers in advance and tells them to the player. But this time the trick didn't work because our guy was a gambling veteran. An angry Bodhi accuses him of cheating and the dealer also immediately supports him to the manager asks to call. The manager arrives and is surprised to see the 10 million bat and suggests they talk outside. The hero immediately realizes that the conversation will not go smoothly. His fears are proven true when the guards pounce on him. Without hesitation, he kicks a table at the guards and punches one, knocking him out. As the fight spreads, more people gather around him. A shooter tries to shoot and Baldy takes out a knife. The hero reacts immediately. He caught hold of Baldy and throws towards the shooter. Both fall. Seeing the chaos, the manager says that it turned out to be much more troublesome than that. An employee whispers that this is the same person who broke the baptism ceremony record. Hearing this, the manager becomes strict and understands how dangerous the matter is. Someone else said that if it is the same person who has also come to the ground, then it means that he has defeated the demon lord. Annoyed by their whispering, hero tells them to stop wasting time or throw him out. Give in or continue the game. The manager immediately changes his posture and bows before the hero and apologizes for the allegation. He is respectable in outward appearance, but deep down he still thinks about screwing her because he thinks she's just a newbie. The manager politely asks if there is any way he can make up for the misunderstanding. Hero releases an evil smurf and demands all the club's money. The manager is stunned and asks if he wants it all. Hero confirms and auctions also asks for invitation. The manager remains silent. When he hesitates, the hero warns him not to act like a fool. He knows all their dirty tricks and will report them to public security if they refuse or return and ruin their business. The manager, nervous and drenched in sweat, agrees and gives everything. The scene changes. In the grand auction hall of the Second Life Center, Hero checks his balance and finds that it is not as high as expected but is sufficient for need. He knows that this auction may be his only chance to obtain the high elf tiers. He has secured the invitation by handling the casino manager, and now all he has to do is win the bidding. There is a notice pasted back in the club. It has been permanently closed. Inside, the manager angrily curses Hero for taking away everything. Just then the branch manager arrives and the scene returns to the auction hall. The auction begins and the host announces that 11 rare items will be in the auction today. All systems verified. The first item is the Orcish Sword, a collector's item but still a rank, bud starts at 2 million. As the auction progresses, Hero wonders what he wants for Alexia. High elf tiers, Ice Chimera's Fang, and ancient red soil are commonly found in dangerous dungeons. But surprisingly, all 3 items are in this auction. Edge then appears with the dragon and realizes that if he gets this item, he will be able to create hidden equipment faster. The next item is the Ice Chimera's Fang rare S rank drop. Starting bid is 0.5 million, but someone immediately puts 10 million. The hero is in shock, and when he looks back he gets an even bigger shock. The casino manager took it. He realizes that the man tricked him because he had more gold. Even though he had the gold to budge, he decides to save that for later because he really wants the high elf tiers. Ice Chimera's Fang goes to the manager of the Wind Snake Guild. This is a huge intercontinental guild whose capacity reaches his maximum. The hero knew that he was part of that guild, but he had underestimated the power of the guild. Branch manager asks Hero if he was the person who created chaos in the club. The manager tells that not only did he steal their money but also took the auction invitation and used it openly. Hearing this, the branch master says that they cannot ignore this insult. They have to set an example and show what happens if someone crosses their guild. Will be. The announcer announces the next item, Ancient Red Soil. It is said to be found only in the S-rank dungeons of Ground 3. Bud starts at Rs 7 million, but Hero immediately invests 50 million. The announcer is shocked and repeats the volume, but after a while a new bud worth Rs 2000 million comes from the Wind Snake skill. Will leave everyone stunned. Hero is surprised. He expected competition, but he had not imagined how the price had increased so high. His wealth and influence beyond his reach was. Gossip runs through the crowd, and by reading the manager's mind he learns that the Snake Guild is planning to botch all of his buds as revenge. Understanding this, he feels pressured. If they continue to interfere, he may lose the high elf tiers and become more difficult to obtain later. It is not in his capacity to fight such a powerful organization through money. Yet a new idea emerges in his mind, which is risky but perhaps the only option. He does sighs, knows it won't end cool, and starts batting on every item. As he thought, the Wind Snake Guild begins overbidding on useless items. Edge puts up to 300 million on Dragon Lucker. The hero becomes artificially annoyed, to which the manager laughingly declares that he will not stop until every item is taken. Inside, the hero laughs because his plan was that the same people would waste their money by fooling everyone. Finally comes the turn of the high elf tiers. It is said to be holy and beautiful. A thing that steals hearts and tears. Bidding from 50 million begins, but Hero immediately invests 500 million and leaves everyone in shock. He knows it has to be locked. He can't leave it. The manager angrily doubles it to 1 billion, thinking he would win. But their bid is invalidated as they have already exceeded their item limit. The manager was at a loss for words. The announcer explains the rules that a bettor can only win a maximum of 5 items. The Snake Guild has already hit that number. This regulation is to stop monopolies was made. The angry manager says that he was not aware of this rule. The hero knows that this was not a normal auction but a special auction approved by the Adventurers Association to maintain fairness. The organizers should have clarified this rule, but he didn't. Oceania announces that High Elf Tears has been sold to the person in Halo for 500 million. The crowd claps while Hero is none too happy with his new name. On the other hand, the manager has gone mad. He alleges that Hero humiliated and won't let it go easily, but Hero asks him to remain calm and solve the matter outside. Warns not to drag innocent people into this. The manager is still angry, but the branch master intervenes and stops him. He said that using violence here could bring punishment from the Adventurers Association. The manager remains silent and the auction ends. Later, the hero sits outside and contemplates the chaotic incident. He admits that things turned out unexpected but is relieved that he won the High Elf Tears. Balance: the 2 items may have been taken by others, but he is sure that he will get them eventually. Still, he is saddened by the loss of taking the Edge Dragon because it would have made him his next hidden item much sooner. He sizes up, realizing that he can't do anything about it now. Just then a girl comes near and, talking about his hello, says that he is wearing such rare equipment. Our boy stands silently and wonders who is he. She apologizes for asking the question suddenly and asks whether he knows the branch master of the Wind Snake Guild. He was shocked. What does he mean? The girl tells that the long-haired man standing beside the angry manager was the branch master of the Ground 2 division of the guild. Hero admits that he doesn't know her and that her involvement with the guild was for a different reason. Then he asks who is she. She claims that she is pursuing the guild for personal reasons. But the hero sees the truth with his mind-reading skills. Her name is Mila and she, the Adventurers Association, has sent the guild to investigate. The hero immediately understands that she will be part of the League of 8. A group of elite S-rank adventurers recognized by the association who undertake special missions and receive large rewards in return. These people are powerful, respected, and extremely wealthy. This reminds him of his gaming past when he completed the game and joined the League of 8 in boredom. He asked him that the branch master has gone, so why is he still here? Is standing? The girl says she will continue her mission, but she wants to ask him one last question. What is this floating halo actually, and where did he get it? He immediately realizes that he knows nothing about hidden equipment, rare items that are not approved by the association, and telling the truth will cause trouble. So he acts like he doesn't know who she's talking about. Then he falls for her and discovers that she is only interested in Hilo because she finds him cute. He is feeling the tension on the faces. She asks if something is wrong. He avoids the matter, says it's a long story that will take a lot of time to explain. Hearing this, she gets a little angry but leaves. Says she will find the item herself. He sees her leaving, amazed at her uniqueness as she is one of the top 8 elites, and seeing her composure and strength probably even higher among them. On the other hand, the girl was also thinking about him. Even after traveling through the 7 realms, he had never seen such equipment. She starts wondering who she really is. Later we see our boy defeat the boss in the A-rank dungeon Moonlight Wilderness. The boss drops the goblin's glove of Thavari, which is exactly what he was looking for. He reminds himself that he needs to go to the S-rank dungeon and get the Ice Chameleon Fang. But before that he has to collect a hidden equipment. For that he will have to steal the Edge Dragon locker from the guild, as it is the key ingredient for his next hidden item. Track their location with spell detection. He soon discovers that the alien girl is also hiding here. She also sees him and wonders if he is following the Wind Snake Guild. Meanwhile, the manager and the branch master enter a secret passage. They arrive at the Wind Snake Guild's private biotope, where the branch master is inspecting the rows of blooming flowers. The manager asks how is the harvest. The branch master says that it looks very promising and can be sold at a high price. The manager heaved a sigh of relief and the laborer goes out to call. Then our boy appears from behind and casually says that growing flowers is probably his hobby. Both the manager and the branch master are engrossed in their hobbies. The manager angrily asks if he was following them. The hero calmly tells that this flower Moonlight, alas, these are the ingredients of magical doping. The branch master narrows his eyes and asks, is he an agent of the Adventurers Association? Hero denies this and says that he only wants age as a dragon. If they give it, then he walks away quietly, will go. The manager bursts into anger and asks if he has any idea who he is talking to. But before he attacks, the hero disappears and appears behind him in a moment. The elite girl standing at a distance watches all this silently. Hero tells the manager not to misunderstand. He has not come to fight but to talk, and he is also ready to give payment in exchange for the item. The manager growls that his real target was the Azure Dragon locker in the auction and that he would never give it away. He takes out his dagger and pounces on him, but Hero he easily dodges and counterattacks and hits his neck with a single blow, rendering him unconscious. The girl watches in disbelief as he takes her down with a single blow. She wonders what kind of short sword he used, as she has never seen such a weapon. The branch master remains calm and says that he is brave to stand up to people like criminals, but now he has crossed the limit. His business is over and now he has to pay the price. The hero smiles and says that he too will not back down now. The girl watching from above carefully observes the fight, excited to see how her weapon performs in actual combat. As the fight begins, the hero immediately realizes that the branch master's level is higher than his. Their blades collide and he feels slightly crushed. The girl remembers hearing about him from the association, the same new adventurer who broke all records of baptism ceremonies. It was clear from his moves that he was skilled and is a sharp fighter. Although Simon Branch Master was definitely more powerful, the Branch Master delivers a heavy blow which throws our boy back. He smirks and says that despite being a beginner he is doing well but cannot hope to defeat him. He asks mockingly, does he consider himself a hero who never gives up? Hero wipes the blood from his stubbornness and says that being a hero doesn't matter to him, he just pursues his goal and no matter what I am not going to stop. The Branch Master laughs at him, calling him a naive kid, and charges again. Hero moves forward, blocking every time. Gradually the Branch Master starts becoming uncomfortable. There is something strange in his movements. Both the girl and the Branch Master notice. The hero is dodging all the attacks by closing his eyes and just feeling the flow of magic. The girl has never heard of such a skill and does not even see any visible item. That's why he thinks it's the hidden ability of his mysterious equipment. The Branch Master stops his strike, but then a glowing system window opens in front of him. The system states that he has unlocked the third skill of Lucifer's Halo. To unlock it he had to reach spell detection level 252. This level increases by blocking enemy attacks, and the stronger the enemy, the faster the progress. He had maxed out this hidden parameter early due to his battles with the Branch Master and the Demon Lord of Ground 1. After reading this he understands how fast his growth has happened and is happy that the power of the Master helped him to fulfill the requirement quickly. Then he gets distracted for a while and the Branch Master stabs him with a sword on his chest, teasing him for daydreaming. He says he lost because he took the world for granted. There will always be someone stronger than him. But suddenly the hero appears behind him. Completely safe. He calmly says to keep talking about stronger or weaker. The Branch Master was stunned. The hero had just been stabbed in front of him, but he's standing here alive. He begins to speculate that perhaps he used a class skill or hidden ability. Hero says he is getting very emotional. It's embarrassing to watch. Even from a distance the girl feels something strange in his presence, something that doesn't feel real. The Branch Master looks down. Hero's body has disappeared. But the feeling of being attacked was real. Before he can understand, the hero appears again and attacks. This time the Branch Master is not even able to see his speed. He downlooks and finds that Hero's blade has already entered his chest. In shock he asks what just happened. The girl sees the man screaming in pain, whereas from outside he looks absolutely fine. This is all thanks to the third skill that the hero has just unlocked. This skill makes whoever he looks into the eyes feel hallucination. The girl then comes out of the shadows and he greets her with a mnemonic. Saying that he seemed to enjoy chasing her, she says in a calm voice that she wasn't following him. His real target was the branch manager. Our boy starts moving forward laughing. He says that he should finish the rest of the work, but suddenly he stops his steps and remembers that one last task remains. He opens the inventory. The goblins equip the glove of Thori and move towards the manager's body. Using the gloves, he takes out the Azure dragon, thinking that this would allow him to quickly defeat the second demon lord and ultimately cure his mother. Girl, she keeps staring at him, which makes him a little nervous. He asks if anything is wrong and clarifies that everything he is doing is perfectly legal. She says she has no complaints, so he waves goodbye and walks away. Watching him leave, the girl thinks that she has no proof that she has used class skills or restricted items, so all her power must come from that same Halo. He is not in the forbidden list of Halo Association, so technically he has no rules broke. Yet the girl concludes that he is no ordinary adventurer. The scene changes to the tower's workshop on ground 2. The hero arrives smiling as it is time to craft his next hidden item with the help of the liquor. Just as he is about to go inside, two men walk out angrily, yelling at someone inside that an old blacksmith keeps bothering by calling himself legendary. Our boy laughs in his heart. He knows that it is Tovar Legendary, a craftsman who works only for those who give him special gifts. He steps inside and politely says, "Excuse me." Then a hammer flies towards him. He stops it easily with a piece of wood. The same irritable old blacksmith is standing in front, with rolling eyes. He growls that random kids come to disturb him and he has neither time nor equipment for them. Our boy says sigh inside. He didn't change at all, yet he requests that she just listen to him. But the old man gets angry and says not to take his name so casually. Our boy proudly shows off the Age of Dragon locker and tells us that he got something special for him. The old man is stunned to see such a rare drink and immediately asks for it. Hero misses the game. By giving this liquor, the old man becomes drunk and friendly and performs S-rank equipment duty. But he doesn't want this. He also takes out the blazing stone and shows it. The old man is impressed and calls him inside, where our boy heats the liquor. The old man says emotionally that his late wife loved this wine, especially heated with blazing stone. Hero smiles quietly. He knows that he has triggered the hidden event. This was the rule. S-rank equipment only when given liquor, but giving liquor pras blazing stone gives mysterious hidden rank equipment. The old man keeps talking and drinking all night long. As soon as the morning comes, the hero sees that he worked all night. The old man gratefully promises that he will do something truly special for him. Hero gratefully accepts. This was what was expected from the legendary blacksmith. The final item is the third piece of hidden equipment, a powerful leg armor that allows free movement and teleportation. There is also a skill which is currently locked. With this item our boy feels like he is ready to take on the S-rank dungeon Grace Castle. Hearing this, the old man gifts him a non-alcoholic drink. This drink makes the body extremely hot. He warns him about the Ice Demon Lord's cunning. Hero grounds him by thanking him. Reaches to where Grace Castle shines, covered in snow and is surrounded by adventurers. As soon as he reaches, he feels bitter cold and drinks the liquor given by the old man. Immediately he feels warmth spreading through his body and the status window shows that the effect will last for the next 100 minutes. Taking a sigh of relief, he thinks that he no longer needs heavy clothes. Nearby adventurers look at him and whisper. Some make fun of his light clothes. Some laugh at her glowing halo that she's some new idiot has stopped by. Suddenly a timer window opens. He has only 1 hour and these minutes left. He remembers that Ground 2's S-rank dungeons have a strict 2-hour limit. If the player waits too long, he gets teleported out and half of the entry fee and gold goes as penalty. He remembers the days when he had to buy new equipment and earn money to avoid this penalty. Bringing his focus back, he moves forward and sees several adventurers engaged in battle ahead. He notes that many people are ahead of him have left, but he remembers that his only goal is to reach the Demon Lord's Hall to get the Ice Chimera's fan. 2 adventurers ahead are complaining that they are too slow and time is running out. Suddenly the level 82 monster Cuniculus appears. The adventurers scream in exasperation. Can't wait any longer. Just then our boy passes them like the wind. Both the monster and the adventurers are shocked. The movement is so smooth as if it is walking on air. This is the effect of his new shoes. A little further we meet 2 flying monsters, but he immediately kills him and moves towards the castle. The rest of the adventurers are shocked. Some say he might be a spirit because he is literally flying and has a glowing halo on his head. Even the monsters seem to pray quietly for him. Within some time he reaches the Demon Lord's castle. He can't believe it only took 5 minutes. At the gate he sees the girl and groans in his mind. He hoped he would survive this. Judging from his activities, guess he too is looking for hidden equipment and wonders what someone of his rank is doing there. The girl inspects the gate and murmurs that according to her knowledge, someone is hiding inside. He knows that the Demon Lord is also inside and that adventurers cannot stay in the dungeon for more than 2 hours. But maybe the person inside knows a way to bypass it. She breaks the huge door with one blow and goes inside. Our boy is impressed by his strength and silently walks back and forth. Just as he was about to step inside, a wave of monsters came from behind. Without stopping, he bypasses everyone by using teleportation and reaches inside the castle. A notification comes. He is now on the 9th floor of the main castle. On the 10th floor is the Demon Lord's Hall, and before that you will have to defeat a mid-boss. Relying on the new leg gear, he sets out to set a personal record. Meanwhile, on the 7th floor of castle, the guild master of the Wind Snake Guild has divided his own party. He scolds them and suddenly decapitates one. The timer above his head increases to 2 hours and 42 minutes. He has stolen time from an adventurer. He grumbles about wandering through the dungeon and losing treasures. A frightened man begs for mercy, but he cuts that too. The timer now shows 4 hours 21 minutes 58 seconds. Soon another man begs to die, but the guild master kills him too. He turns to the last man left and asks if these are the only people who came in today. He looks annoyed by the low numbers, but he apologizes and says that he is trying to gather more people. The guild master coldly asks if he should be used as a replacement. Frightened, the man runs away to save his life, fearing that the guild master is stealing their time limit by killing others, and Pat wants to stay in the dungeon for a long time. He is afraid that he doesn't know how many more people are going to die. On the other hand, the guild master remembers that the branch manager was caught by that girl from the League of Eight. Had taken. He knows the way of association. Let's take down the executives first. Then they eliminate the entire group. He thinks they might find him, but at present he has the advantage of time limit. Here our boy is chilling on the 9th floor and enjoying free-flow combat. Then he feels immense magical power from the 10th floor, perhaps the demon lord, but behind him there was another presence even more dangerous. He reminds himself that his target is still the demon lord. Monsters biting and biting. He moves towards the mid-boss chamber. Just then the door opens and the same elite girl comes in. Our boy recognizes immediately the second energy was his. The girl sees that all the monsters are already dead. Then suddenly 2 level 92 golems appear. She realizes that someone has triggered the mid-boss. Without wasting any time, she summons her spirit and while apologizing softly, she kills both the bosses in one hit. Our boy hiding above is stunned. An attack to the bosses. This level is from another world. He remembers that as soon as the mid-boss dies, the door to the Demon Lord chamber opens. But instead of going inside, the girl says that she will check the annex building. Hearing this, our hero heaves a sigh of relief. But while leaving, the girl suddenly feels someone keeping an eye. But he doesn't see anything. Following the girl, the hero opens the heavy door and moves inside and sees a blood-soaked room full of dead bodies. The Demon Lord laughs and teases him by calling him livestock. Our boy finds dead bodies and realizes that a man is still alive. He tells the weakness to run away, but the Demon Lord attacks. The hero recognizes the pattern and is saved, but in this world timing seems different from the game. The Demon Lord laughs and tells that 10 people came to him today. Now that will become his next meal. The survivor fears that fighting such a monster would mean outright death. The Demon Lord roars and attacks. Then our boy disappears with teleport skill and his face is torn apart in front of his eyes. Gives. Blood sprays and the survivor freezes in disbelief. Hero says nonchalantly that it wouldn't have hurt that much. The Demon Lord laughs and says that it is good to warm up before eating. Suddenly he releases a giant ice spell, freezes the entire area.